Good morning and welcome back to another video here on Jones Family Farm. Today we're on the road, headed to the Northeast Loggers Expo up in Bangor, Maine. Have one stop to make first to go pick up something that I have never seen before. I worked with a fabricator who builds a lot of disc screeners and conveyors and firewood bundlers for a new style of firewood bundler that I haven't seen before in the market. I told him what I wanted, he designed it, sent me a few pictures of the completed product. I haven't seen it yet, so we're about 10 minutes away from there now, and I guess you'll see it with me for the first time while I'm loading it up. So I'll check back in a few minutes. So here it is. This is an odd looking bundler. It's very short. What it is a wall mounted bundler. You see right there how we designed it. It's going to go in the wall, on the wall of the box truck. So let me get it loaded up and we'll talk a little bit more about it. Here's another look at it. All loaded up. And what these are right here are inserts that go in to make my kindling bundles. So headed to the Loggers Expo next, but when I get back home tonight I'll get this installed and we'll wrap a few bundles with it. Alright, so I just got that all loaded up. Unfortunately Brad was not here today for me to get him on camera here to talk about his products. But nonetheless, I'm going to put all his information below. It's Moultons Metal Works. Again, I'll put that in the description below so you guys can reach out to him. He makes a whole lot of stuff. I know he said he just finished up a few disc screeners. He makes these bundlers and many other firewood related items. Hopefully in the near future, we'll see if I end up getting anything else from him. Disc screener sounds pretty nice and his prices are extremely reasonable. That firewood, round two, that firewood bundler was $900 picked up with the inserts. Focus. There we go. That firewood bundler was $900. Oh my god. As I was saying, that firewood bundler is only $900 and is extremely well built. Very nice billet block bearings on there. Roller chain drive. Came with a roller shrink wrap. That including the inserts for the kindling bundles as well. Very well built. Probably weighs close to 100 pounds. 80 to 100 pounds with the roller shrink wrap on there. But very excited to be able to put that thing to use. I'll go over it a bit more, but in reality it's just a well-built firewood bundler. The only difference is that it is made as a wall mount. I did not see any other manufacturers that offer anything like that for a mobile solution that's compact at the same time. I had brought around my John's welding bundler a little bit in the back of the box truck, but it just took up so much room. By the time you have workspace and all the other the firewood bins in there, an IBC tote filled with wood, it just took up way too much space for what I wanted. And it was always there. You couldn't move it out of the way without taking it out to do something else in the back of the truck. But that's why I reached out and had him design this wall mount flat pack firewood bundler, so I can be a mobile solution. And I needed a second bundler anyway, so it killed two birds with one stone. One Stone being a mobile solution to rewrap bundles that may have busted open, at customer locations, at all my locations. That way I don't have to take a bundle back, give a credit, anything else. I can just fix the bundle that's already been sold right then and there, on the spot, and not have to buy back any bundles, essentially. So it streamlines that process and makes accounting simpler, kind of the way I run my books. But next stop is the Cross Insurance Center for the Loggers Expo. So I got about 2 hour and 40-minute drive left to go from here. So let's get to it. Alright, well, it's been quite the long day. I'm on my way back home from the Maine Loggers Expo. Got a little bit of footage, which you'll have already seen by now. It was spit and rain on and off, so not the best environment for that. I ended up just having a few good conversations with a few manufacturers of equipment that I'm looking into. Ran into a few people I know. Had some good conversations there. Mainly just about new equipment that may be coming to the farm end of the year. So obviously stay tuned for that. But I got a little bit over 2 hours drive home. I'll check back tomorrow once I have a little bit more of that new bundler setup, so I can kind of go over that a little bit. For you, it'll be in a few seconds, but for me, it'll be tomorrow. it is a few days later after the logging show up in Maine. It is still the weekend before Memorial Day weekend. Today, or the week before. Today is Wednesday. We'll be wrapping bundles all day to deliver tomorrow to all my accounts down on Cape Cod to make sure that they're all topped off before Memorial Day weekend. But pretty much what I got to go figure, show a little bit what I got going on. This is all wood that I dumped into the dump trailer to make it a little bit easier and save a little bit of time on running around and just keep moving the IBC totes. So I just dumped them in. Save myself a little bit of time because I am right behind the 8 ball today. But yeah, I still haven't gotten the new bundler set up in the box truck. I will be doing that today. Absolutely, for sure, we'll be doing that today. But I figured I'd show a little bit of my process here. So this is, as I was saying before, I was so rudely interrupted by the camera falling, is that each bundle gets 3 to 5 staples per each side of the handle. In the hardwood, 2 typically in the pine because they're obviously much lighter. And I use the U-boats and just fill them up this way, make it a lot easier to move them. So I'm only handling them twice. When I wrap them, bring them over to the U-boat here, and then I load them in the back of the box truck with the tractor. After that, I have a lift gate, and I just wheel them to where they need to go, if they need to go further than the back of the truck. But this is a little setup I have here. Like I said, I dumped a bunch of the IBC totes in here to use it as like a big trough. I got the bundler there, my table workbench, with a nailing gun, all the extra labels. There was an extra roll of shrink wrap, but I just put a new one on, and I lay out all the handles in sets of 7 to kind of make it a streamlined process. It goes from the trailer to get bundled, bring it over here. Once I get a whole row of 7, I grab the staple gun and put them on. And that's obviously a Milwaukee battery powered staple gun. It's a narrow crown stapler is actually what it is. These are the staples, the crown staples that I use. But yeah, so without further ado, let's kind of get to bundling, and let's go. Alright, so here we are, one full cart. I had to go ahead and put the tent up. I'm sure you probably saw that coming over, but I had to put the tent up. It started drizzling on me a little bit, but there it is. There's one cart, and I put a ratchet strap around the top, just pretty much to hold all the bundles, you know, kind of in place. You know, the top ones are the only ones I've ever seen fall off. You know, before I started doing the strap, the top ones would fall off, you know, in transit. But that's it. And I'll just keep doing quite a few more of these. Pardon me being out of breath. I'm on a delivery right now down on Cape Cod. It is Friday before Memorial Day weekend. But I figured I'd show the new bundler. It's built into the box truck in action. While I was on the way down here, I busted a bundle. So this is it. It flips up right into place. It has the locking pins right here, which may be out of frame a little bit. They're locking pins right here. Now on both sides, it's hard mounted to the wall. You know, on the box truck with plates on the outside, and it's just a flip down bundler. But here's the bundle. Restack it. That got all messed up. Here's the bundle. We still have our label on there, our handle, which may not be able to work exactly on this one, but nonetheless, it's still going to work. So let's go ahead and get it all wrapped back up. Get it cut. And there we go. There's fixing a bundle on the go. Honestly, super easy. Much better now. I don't need to bring it back to the yard. Here's one of my bundle stands here. About half full. I gotta finish filling up the hardwood. The red handles over here are hardwood. The yellow are the campfire wood or pine. I put a shelf inside for fire starter, and I'll be stocking up both sides with kindling as well. But that's pretty much what it looks like. And I got these nice signs made. I gotta fill that price out. And it's got the locking gate on there. This thing right here is the gate. It slides all the way across and locks over here. But I'm gonna get this finished up. I'll show you a picture once it's all full. I figured I'd show you putting the bundle stand away, or the bundle wrapper away. Folding it back up is very easy. Kind of lift up a little bit. Pull one pin, pull the second pin, and it goes straight down, and back in place. Then put the pins back in. And this is from Moultons Metal Works. This is what I picked up on the way back from the way to the Maine Loggers Expo, which you saw earlier. But that's it in action. So I think this thing is very well made. It's got a nice heavy roller chain instead of the belt, which I like. Just gotta make sure to keep that greased up. Pill block bearings. This tray tilts a little bit, which is nice. You know, so if your bundles aren't exactly perfect, it kind of makes up for it. You know, or if you're not putting it in, it makes it, you're able to pull it out a little bit easier. But that's it. Adjustable, you know, front tray there, and I have a kindling insert to make my kindling bundles, which you see right here. This is a cart of kindling bundles. So these are half a cubic foot. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Here's a look at the box truck. Friday before Memorial Day, and I already took one of the carts and emptied it. Again, everything's stocked up. Alright, so I pretty much just finished up my delivery route for the day. It's Friday before Memorial Day weekend. I know it was a little bit chopped up. Everything has obviously been extremely hectic lately. But what you saw was a little bit of what I've been doing. Everything's kind of been, you know, go for a while. Now hopefully I'm caught up pretty well now that Memorial Day weekend is here. I've gotten pretty much all my deliveries done. May have to stop in and do 1 or 2 more later today. It's about 1 o'clock, but this is where I'm going to end this one. That new bundler is going to be pretty sweet, and I believe I'm placing an order later today, but before the end of the day today, for a new piece of orange equipment that'll be coming to the yard. Mostly, if I do place the order, I'll be picking up at the Boonville, New York show. So that'll be something that'll be exciting if we end up going that route. So stay tuned. You'll have to just kind of wait and see. But thank you, and we'll see you again soon.